Sage Wanderer here, and welcome to episode 10 of Unmasking the Dark Side. So, I'm really surprised that no one has said this in the comment section. I kind of figured I would get it on the very first day. But the Bible says that the root of all evil, if we're unmasking the dark side, if we're trying to get to the root of where it all began, the Bible says the root of all evil is the love of money. Now, a lot of people say that it doesn't mean money, it means the love of money. And I agree, because I can take money and use it as a tool to help a lot of people if I don't love money. I'll tell you another secret of the rich and famous, that gamblers, people who gamble in the stock market, people who gamble on investments, claim that you cannot make money if you love money. That the more you disdain money and the more you hope to lose it, the more money you'll make. The more money you throw away, the more money you invest, the more money you risk in risky investments, the more likely you are to make more money. And the quickest way to poverty is to love money too much. Kind of seems like an oxymoron, but it is one of those realities. But the love of money is the root of all evil, because to love money means you won't share it. To love it means you love it more than the people around you. To love money means you don't love your neighbor as yourself, because you can't serve money and serve God. The Bible tells you that. So the root of all evil is the love of money, or greed. Greed is the root of all evil. I want more, I need more, I want your stuff because my stuff isn't enough. I need my stuff and your stuff. And so if money is the love of money is the root of all evil, then one could say that society and culture as we know it is evil to its core, because the core thing that makes society run is the love of money or greed. Think about it. People pursue money at the expense of other people. Now, am I saying you should live a life in poverty? Well, I think if you were trying to reach spiritual goals, maybe you should consider it. Because, you know, when the rich man went to Jesus and went, hey, I really dig what you're saying. How can I help? What can I do more? How can I make sure that I'm on your side? And he says, well, follow the commandments and do what you know is right. And he said, well, I've been doing that since my birth. And he says, well, then sell everything you own and, grab a jacket and come with me and we'll preach the gospel. And the rich man went away very much grieved because he had a lot of money and he wasn't about to give it up. So that was a significant foothold of evil in his heart, was this love of money. You know, I don't typically go after TV preachers and expose them too much, but I just really got accosted by a guy that I kind of like. You can't help but like Jesse Duplantis. I mean, as a human being, Jesse is just so, he's just so earthy and funny, and he's a great piano player, and I'm going to cover one of his songs that he does sooner or later on this channel. One of the lines from it is, me and the devil, we agree, I hate the devil and the devil hates me. But I got a real problem with him wanting a third Learjet. Like, he's trying to raise money for a third Learjet. Like, you're 100 years old. What do you need with one Learjet, much less 3? It's that love of money that lets me know that he's not really as righteous as he wants to appear to be. And that you can't be rich and be righteous. Because that love of money will cause you to hurt other people. And there are people that have made money by risking it, by throwing it away, like we talked about, I talked about earlier about taking those chances. Those are the same people, when they get it, they just try to give it away. They just want rid of it, and they just get richer and richer. And there's a few people like that. But most people are like dragons. They just get piles of money and they sit on it. It goes nowhere. It never goes back out again. The people that are the righteous people who have money really don't have any money, because as soon as it hits their bank, it's going back out again. Now, billions and billions of dollars might go through their accounts, but they're destined to other places for other purposes. That this hoarding of money is the root of all evil. It's what causes you to throw someone under the bus. It's what causes you to turn a blind eye to other people's problems because you love that money so much. Think about it. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you guilty of this? If you want to know about evil, Start by looking at your own heart. Where are the dark spots in your own heart? Jesus says, look at for the beam in your own eye instead of looking for the sliver in your neighbor's eye. The love of money is behind all evil. It's what fuels wars. The love of money is why people want to control other people. They want to control them so they can enslave them, so they can use them to make more money. I would further go on to say that I think that the love of money is in fact the base genetic condition of people who allow themselves to be seduced by the dark side. That when you become seduced by the dark side, you embrace this portion of human DNA that comes from where, I don't know. We could name the Nephilim here. We could say it's their influence on us genetically. But what is gold fever? Why do people love gold so much? When people see gold, they lose their ever-loving mind. Why do we even collect gold? What is its true value? Why is it worth more than lead? Could it be that this is the stain of the demonic? That this is one of those things that survived the flood? Was this desire for gold and riches? This dragon desire to lay up money and riches and gold and lay on the big pile of it and not share it with anyone? To take food out of the mouths of hungry babies to add to your stack of gold? It could be that, these are aliens, if you want to believe the ancient alien theory, and that they messed with our DNA, and in our DNA they put in a natural desire or greed for gold, because for them gold is an important industrial metal and they come here to collect it. So instead of having to dig it themselves, maybe they put that in us so we could dig it and collect it and put it in big vaults, and put it in big banks. So when they do come back for it, they can just come back and go, hey, give us all your gold or else. There's something unnatural about the love of precious metals. I never got it. I never got gold fever. I don't love money. I was born without the desire to collect it. And unfortunately, that's made me a mixed offering for women. Women love that I won't list my great attributes, but I got some. And there's a lot that you can't see that I have, that you don't know about. But money has never been one of the reasons that women want to be with me. In fact, it stood in my way so many times romantically and in the music business, any job, anything I've ever done, because I don't love money. I'd rather give one of my customers a good deal and make a little less money and make them feel good than to sell them and burn them and try to screw them out of money so that I can make more. If I made more than I could spend from month to month, once I put a little nest egg away in case of emergencies, the rest of it, I just give it away. I'll throw it away. It really is simple. The root of all evil is the love of money. But where does that come from? And how has it survived? And how is it related to power? Because ultimately, I think the love of money is linked directly to the love of power. And it's a chicken and the egg thing. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? What comes first, the love of money or the desire for power? And I think it is the love of money, because that's what makes you want to control other people. And that's how it gets started. And then the spirit of control gets a hold of you, and you just want to do anything you can to control everyone. And that's when people get power hungry or greedy for power. Power and money is the root of all evil. It's the desire for power and the desire for money is the root of all evil. And I think if you want to fight evil, the very best thing you can do is look in the mirror and say to yourself, how much of what I do is based in greed? And why won't I, a lot of people look at somebody on the street corner and they won't help them because they're like, oh, they could just be fake. And well, what's it matter to you? Unless you love money too much. Because if you don't love money so much, give them some money. Give them a little bit of money. What's it going to hurt? Well, it goes against our nature. It goes against our greed. So the love of money is the root of all evil. Power is a tool, the number one tool to use to collect more money. So that's the second enemy. And then all of culture, all of society, everything is built on those two things: the love of money and the desire for control. that if you did away with the love of money and the desire for control, we really wouldn't have the kind of societal systems that we have. That communism is about the love of money and control, and so is capitalism about the love of money and control. That both communism and capitalism are evil. That tribal life is the true holy way to live. Simply letting the earth supply you with the things that you need. The building of kingdoms, the building of fiefdoms, the building of empires is demonic at its core. It's one of the remnants that was brought from the Nephilim through the flood somehow. This idea, their genetics didn't just survive, their ideas survived. Is society superior to tribal life? It depends on how you measure success. If you measure success in how much gold you can pile up, how many stones you can pile up, how much glass and steel you can pile up like God to the sky, then you're right. Culture's better than. But if you're thinking about freedom and happiness and joy, I think the more simple you live, the happier you are, the more joyfully you can live. I have been, instead of doing like other people and trying to pile up a bunch of toys, and instead of being that person that's like that lives by that credo that he who dies with the most toys wins. Instead of being that person, I've been divesting myself of wealth. I've been trying to live closer to the bone. I've been trying to live closer to the earth. I've been trying to live on the creek bank and a blueberry patch. And that the whole idea of putting your guy up there to control society in and of itself is part of the problem. It's politics are part of the problem. Why does anyone need to control anyone? I am for local government, local control on an almost tribal level. You got a sheriff in town, he deals with problems. If you got a problem with the sheriff, the collective group stands up and deposes him and puts a new sheriff in town. And that this kind of local government is the correct way. And this desire for national, international, and global control is the signature of the Nephilim. It is the signature of evil. It is the signature of the fallen angel. To desire to control the whole world is evil. To desire to control a nation, honestly, is evil. Unless it's in self-defense, which I feel a lot of people that are libertarians are trying to control the system so they can tear it down from the inside. That is righteous. That is righteous. Trying to control the globe is wrong. Honestly, trying to control the country is wrong. And this is the fight we lost at the Civil War. People want to make the Civil War about slavery, and in a sense it was, but at the core of the argument about slavery is who has control to tell people what to do. So states should have been individually tasked with deciding whether slavery worked for them or not. The North shouldn't have tried to control the South. But I don't believe in slavery, so the South was wrong as well. The whole freaking thing is wrong because it's all based in control. It's all based in enslaving people. What is better to work hard and make your own money, or to enslave someone else and get them to bring the money to you? Well, one feels good and one is hard. So people are going to go with the feel-good method. Enslaving other people means they don't have to work. The idea of government in general is enslavement. Taxes, that's just theft. And so I'm a bit of a tribalist. I'm a bit of a naturalist. I'm opposed to all of this stuff. But at the same time, I can't sit back and let communists take control of my government. I can't sit back and let right-wing extremists take control of my government either. And so government, like money, is a necessary evil, unfortunately. I wish we could just go back to tribal times. The Indians had it right. But the greed for more has always led to war, and war feeds nations. War is why nations exist. If there were no wars, there would be no government. And it's when one small tribe bashes heads with the other small tribe, and now they've got to go out and get other tribes to join them so they can outnumber them. And before you know it, you've got national government happening with national armies. The root of all evil is money and control. And this is the thing that the Knights Templars, they gave in to the love of money. That's why they were so rich. It's why it ultimately led to their downfall, because the Pope was more greedy than they were. And he burned them at the stake and stole their stuff. But they've been working to control the planet from the very beginning. These people who love money, power, and control, they're willing to work together, even with their opponents, against you, the common man, to raid your coffers, to steal from your pantry, to take food out of the mouths of your children. That they want to control the land you live on, and the crops that you grow, and the animals that you take care of. That they want to enslave you in every sense and every way. And this is the root of the dark side. Give away money today. Make a donation to a good cause. Let go of some of that money for someone who needs it. Quit worshiping the almighty dollar. In God we trust. They put it on the money. I think that's kind of weird, because in America, everybody knows you don't trust God. You trust the almighty dollar. God save our republic.